So the Whole Energy Systems Accelerator is a collaboration between the Catapult's Living Lab and the Power Networks Demonstration Centre.
PNDC, we're part of the University of Strathclyde, and we're a test and demonstration centre. We're involved in accelerating technologies from early stage development through to commercial realisation, through testing, validation and simulation. We work with a number of major organisations, distribution network operators, major manufacturers and small companies to deliver that outcome.
So the Living Lab is a community of homes across the UK. We use that Living Lab to test out different products or services, all relating to low carbon technologies.
We can trial, for example, new technologies in people's homes, and we can scale that to replicate many hundreds of homes potentially with the same types of technology. Replicate that on our network at PNDC to understand how large-scale takeover of these technologies will impact on networks, understand what type of network solutions are needed to actually accommodate these new technologies at both consumer and network level.
So at PNDC, we will receive the signals from the multiple homes that are connected in the Living Lab. And once we get the signals, we emulate it in such a way that it looks to the electrical distribution network as it is connected to a single distribution network.
And we can see when the network is getting stressed by having too much demand placed on it by consumers at the same time. And we can turn that stress signal into a signal going back to the homes in the Living Lab, asking them to change their energy usage behaviour. And we can send that request back to them as a price signal or a simple request. Or we can explore new ways of engaging with consumers around energy usage.
An example would be, let's say a whole neighbourhood is deploying electric vehicles. Each of those will have a charger in their home, and they'll be using that charger at different times of day depending on their particular requirements. What we can do here is replicate through an understanding of the real data from the Living Lab, understand how that energy is used within the electric vehicles in the consumer end, replicate that here in real hardware to understand the network impacts, and see how ultimately how much of that technology can be accommodated without interventions at the network level or at the consumer level.
And that allows us to see the impact of these homes, including the low carbon technologies that are connected to these homes on the network, like what happens to the voltage, what's happening to the current, are there any voltage imbalances, etc. That information is then passed on to the market model.
The WESA facility allows us to test out that full loop of consumers within their homes, new technologies, and the impact on the network. So we can test out future business models, market arrangements, and see how they impact the real physical infrastructure, and enabling us to design a net zero energy system that is a lower cost as it possibly can be.